Hi there, I'm Vincent Boss and I provide dating and self-improvement advice. And in today's podcast, we're going to be discussing dumper regret from breakup to reaching out. I provide audio and email coaching to help people try and get their ex back or get a new girlfriend or boyfriend. Check out my website for more details. www.dateme.tips. Please check your spam and junk folders if you are expecting an email from me. So now let's get back into today's podcast, and today we are discussing dumper regret from breakup to reaching out. If you have been dumped and want to try to get your ex back, you might be wondering if and when your ex feels regret. In today's podcast, I'll be letting you know of 3 likely instances when the dumper feels regret. I'll be doing this in chronological order from when the dumper ends the relationship to eventually the dumper reaching out. Of course, there is no 100% guaranteed way to get your ex back, and not every dumper will reach out to their ex. However, most dumpers will go through some of the examples that I'm about to give, and these 3 instances are common in lots of dumper experiences. So let's get straight into this, and number 1 is regret hurting the dumpee. So as I said, I'm doing this in chronological order, and we're at the very beginning here, we're at the start, we're at the breakup itself, and most dumpers will regret hurting their dumpee. I'm asked by a lot of dumpees, did my ex realise they was going to be hurting me so badly? I'm asked by a lot of dumpees, why would my ex want to hurt me? These types of questions are things I'm asked nearly every single day. And the truth is that most dumpers do realise the significance of what they're about to do. They do realise that they are going to be causing pain, drama, anguish, but it doesn't mean they want to. Because most dumpers do not want to hurt their dumpee. The vast majority of dumpers couldn't think of anything worse. So please don't think that your ex, the dumper, wanted to hurt you. Because in most instances, the dumper does not want to hurt you. In most instances, the dumper is simply thinking to themselves, I can't continue in this way. I can't continue with this romantic relationship because I'm not feeling fulfilled. I'm feeling like I can't live a life I want to live. That is why they are ending the relationship. It is not because they want to hurt the dumpee. They wish, in most instances, that they could do anything else other than cause pain, anguish, drama. They don't want to do this. And hence the regret comes early. There is a lot of regret that they have hurt their dumpee. After a breakup has taken place, a lot of dumpers will think to themselves, could I have done this differently? Could I have tried to fix this first? Could I have tried to move forward? Could I have ignored the problems? Or maybe they think, no, I couldn't have done this, but could I have ended the relationship differently? Did I make a mess of ending the relationship? Lots of questions like these will flood a dumper's mind. They are full of regret most of the time after the breakup has taken place. Now, don't get me wrong. They are also feeling relief at this stage. There is relief because they can live the life that they want to live. As I said, we have to acknowledge a dumper ends a relationship because they are not feeling fulfilled. They do not feel that their life in this romantic relationship is going to hit the levels that they want it to hit. They are feeling like they can't achieve something they want to achieve, or they can't experience what they want to experience. This is why a dumper ends a relationship. They have lost romantic emotional attraction for their partner, and this is because they are no longer feeling that this romantic relationship works for them. This doesn't mean that dumpers don't like dumpees. On the contrary, lots of dumpers will ask dumpees to be platonic friends. Now, I don't suggest a dumpee accepts this, but what I am saying is a lot of dumpers ask this because they actually like their dumpee. They like them in a platonic sense. They like them in a way which is not within a romantic relationship. So they don't want to hurt their dumpee. Most dumpers feel regret at the time of a breakup because they feel regret of hurting the dumpee. They don't feel regret of ending a relationship at this moment because they're looking forward. They're thinking to themselves, I want to live a single life. I want to do this, that, or the other. I want to live a type of life that I will feel more fulfillment from than the life I was living within this relationship. So point number one isn't feeling regret that they've actually done the breakup. It's not regret that they've actually actioned the decision to end the relationship. Point number one is regret that they've hurt the dumpee, because most dumpers will realise they are going to cause pain, and most dumpers don't want to. So now let's move into point number two and the second point of today's podcast in chronological order about when a dumper is likely to feel regret. And point number two is regret not ending the relationship sooner. So as a dumpee, you might be thinking, wow, I don't want to be listening to this. What do you mean, regret not ending the relationship sooner? Well, let me explain. So as the dumper has ended the relationship, they've already felt that regret of hurting their dumpee. But it's done. They've got over the worst of it as they see. And they are now beginning to live the life that they imagined for themselves. They are living the life that they felt they couldn't within the relationship. For whatever reason, they decided that this romantic relationship was not working for them, and they wanted to live a life which wasn't constrained within it. So after they've started living this life for a short while, they start to think, wow, okay, I'm doing the things I wanted to do. I'm achieving what I wanted to achieve. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm meeting this person, I'm meeting that person. I'm traveling here, I'm traveling there. Whatever the reason was for the breakup, romantic emotional attraction was lost, and they are now living a life where they can start to experience things that they felt they couldn't before. For this reason, they start to feel regret of not ending the relationship sooner. They're enjoying their life right now. You know, we have to be honest, we have to acknowledge the fact that most dumpers who end a relationship will go through a period of time that some people refer to as the honeymoon period. A period of time where they are feeling relief, a period of time where they're experiencing new things, or things which they used to love and haven't been able to do because they was in a relationship. They're feeling that level of freedom. And hence at this moment, at this early stage after the breakup, the dumper will often feel regret that they didn't end the relationship sooner, because everything feels fantastic, everything feels exciting, fresh, new. And they think, gosh, if I'd only done this a few months before, I could have been enjoying this even sooner. And this is why the dumper will be feeling regret at not ending the relationship sooner, because their mindset right now is, I'm loving this, and the only thing I can remember about my relationship is the very end, and that was not necessarily so good. The dumper during this honeymoon period of being single is kind of blinded by the opportunity in front of them. It's possible as well that a dumper might get into a new relationship. Now, if it's very soon after the breakup, this will most likely be a rebound relationship. It probably won't last very long. But let's just look at it right now in this moment, in this early phase after the breakup. They're thinking that this relationship is probably going to last forever. Now, as we know, most rebound relationships don't. But you have to consider that in their mindset right now, they are feeling like this is brilliant, this is wonderful, this is exciting. All they're thinking of is, why didn't I end this previous relationship sooner? Because I look back and I can just remember the end of it right now. It wasn't so great. And yet I'm living a life right now that I'm really loving. And hence that is why point number two is regret not ending the relationship sooner. Now, if you're a dumpee and you've just listened to this, please don't fret. Please don't think to yourself, I don't want to listen to any more. This is very difficult listening, because you might enjoy point number three. So now let's get into point number three, and the final point of today's podcast. Point number three is regret for breakup. So if you're a dumpee and you want to get your ex back, this is the one you want to be listening to. So point number one was regret hurting the dumpee as soon as the breakup is taking place. Point number two is regret not ending the relationship sooner because of the honeymoon period shortly after the breakup happened, when the dumper is freshly single and experiencing those new, fresh things. But point number three is regret the breakup. Now, this can take a different amount of time for every single instance. And as I said at the start, there is no guarantee that every single dumper will regret the breakup. However, most dumpers will at some point consider, did they make the right decision? Did I make the right decision in ending that relationship? And this is because the honeymoon period doesn't last forever. This is because things which originally seemed exciting and new and fresh, all of a sudden become stale, all of a sudden become samey, all of a sudden don't seem as exciting as they did when they first started moving into this realm of being single. If a dumper is in a rebound relationship, it's probably ended. All of a sudden, they're now starting to feel that their life isn't as great as it once was, maybe a month ago, maybe 2, 3, 4 months ago. It's not as good. Everything seems to have gone wrong. And whilst time has been moving on, the fading effect bias has been taking place. The fading effect bias is the theory that negative memories lose power, lose importance over time sooner than positive memories. So those memories of the breakup, which are now possibly far back into the past, they will be losing their value. They will be losing their value much sooner than the positive memories. So now when the dumper looks back, they don't remember the pain and the anguish as much. Of course, they will remember that it happened, but it won't hold as much value in their mind. Instead, they'll remember the wonderful times they had with their dumpee. They will remember a time where they was in a secure, loving relationship with someone who truly loved them. And although they can remember why they ended the relationship, they can remember that things weren't right and they wasn't feeling happy. All of these feelings, all of these thoughts don't hold as much weight as they once did. And instead shining through are happier times. This combined will create an instance of where the dumper will begin to feel regret for the breakup itself. Now, if the dumpee has done everything right at this stage, this is when a dumper might consider reaching out to their ex. If the dumpee has done all of the wrong things during this time, then their ex, the dumper, probably won't want to reconcile. They probably won't want to reach out, because if the dumpee has done everything wrong, then the dumper will be feeling fresh frustration from them. If you are a dumpee and you want to try to get your ex back, you need to be doing the right things ASAP after a breakup has taken place. Look, we all make mistakes. Mistakes will happen, especially during the breakup. But you need to be doing the right things as soon as possible if you want to get your ex back. Because your dumper isn't going to be in this regretful position where they actually regret the breakup if you've been doing the wrong things, if you've been frustrating them, if you've been the type of person that others don't want to spend time with, then you will not be the type of person that the dumper wants to connect with, even if they're feeling like this honeymoon period is now gone. What am I going to do with my life? What is the next step? A dumper won't consider reconnecting with their ex if their ex have made the wrong choices. So if you want to learn more about what you can do to improve the chances of one day getting your ex back, please subscribe, please ring the bell for notifications, and please check out the many podcasts that I've done on a whole range of subjects. But in today's podcast, I was discussing dumper regret from breakup to reaching out, about if and when a dumper will likely feel regret and when it might happen on their journey. And if you are a dumpee, this hopefully will give you some insight into what most dumpers will experience at different stages. If you do everything right, you stand every chance of one day hearing from your ex again, if and when they regret the breakup. If you believe that this podcast has helped you, then please consider buying me a coffee. The link to do so is in the description.
Yeah, if you miss your ex, we can help with that. Help you get him back, or we can help find you someone else. Yeah, Vincent Bo, the relationship coach, giving you some insight, bringing you a new approach. DateMe.tips, go and check the site, giving you advice, helping with your love life. Get your ex back, or move to the next. Ain't no sweat, you know Vincent Bo got you. Finding love ain't no problem. Yeah, DateMe.tips, check it out now.